What's up, Super Fiends? It's I with a Bow, and today I have a first hero introduction on this channel, and it is going to be, of course, the geeky yet resourceful, the weak but the almighty, and the kindness that keeps on coming, and that is, of course, Deku, aka Izuku Midoriya. We are going to be showcasing everything you need to know about Deku using this, the 2-player rival box. Let's get started. The 2-player rival box is a great starting point for any new player coming into My Hero CCG. It includes 2 tournament-ready decks that has Deku and Bakugo, and the design is just really insane in these because both characters have an access to a little bit of everything, so it really gives you the full experience of My Hero Academia CCG. And going into Deku, I'm really excited to show you how to play Deku, because you can definitely show the one-for-all power and give plus 10 damage to one of your attacks by discarding the entire hand. Doesn't that sound sweet? The first thing I have for the hero introduction is a modified rival deck. This is a rival deck including cards from the booster set that you can easily find to enhance the deck list. If you're looking for the deck list, check the description below. One card that might be a little bit hard to find will be Hardened Chop, and it is only of the rare rarity, so it is somewhat easy to find, but because the card is so good, it might be a little bit more expensive in the secondary market. That being said, in the rival deck, you will have access to 2 of each of these cards, Velocity Punch and Aspiring Punch. If you cannot get your hands on Hardened Chop, these are the cards I recommend placing instead. Continuing, let's start introducing Deku. Deku is a 6 hand size, 28 health character. 6 hand size is the amount of cards that you will be drawing at the beginning of each of your turn, and it is the average. 28 health is the amount of health that you have against your opponent that they have to reduce to 0 to win the game, and vice versa. 28 health is pretty tanky, so that makes Deku the perfect beginning character for any player coming into MHA. Next up, we have our 3 symbols, and you can only pick one of these symbols to include in the rest of your deck. So here we have the good symbol, life symbol, and the order symbol. For Deku, I recommend the good symbol because this is how you dictate your playstyle and cards available to you, and the good symbol has the most amount of punch support. So let's get into some of the abilities on Deku. First up, we have Enhance. Name an attack zone high, mid, or low. If your rival's next attack this turn matches that zone, it gets -3 speed. For this enhance, you would want it to be during your opponent's attack. So when it's your opponent's attack, we have a giant ice wall in this scenario, and it is coming at us. Our Todoroki opponent has played their enhance, now it's our turn to play an enhance. So for us to play an enhance, we can use any enhance that is at our disposal, and for us, we are going to activate Deku's first enhance, and before we do that, we will ask for permission to look at our opponent's discard pile. And in our discard pile, you can see all the attack zones in our opponent's discard pile. So we can see that there are 2 low attacks and 1 high attack. The way we can tell is based on the speed, which is these symbols with the different arrows on them. They are color-coded and they are also directional coded. That being said, it looks like there are more low attacks, so I'm willing to bet that our opponent is going to play another low attack. So for our enhanced step, we will go to Enhance Deku, name low attack. If the next attack our rival plays is a low attack, it will get -3 speed. Now let's skip to the next attack, and we'll say that we blocked Giant Ice Wall. So let's block it with a mid block, check a 5, and take some damage. So now going on to where the ability would resolve, Todoroki plays a new attack card, checks a 5, passes. It is a low attack, so now that comes into play, our enhance that we played on the last attack comes into fruition. So this attack comes in with -3 speed. We use the dice to indicate that it is -3 speed, so when announcing, this is a 1 low for 4 damage. The enhanced stat resumes. Another way we can use Deku's first enhance ability is to look at our hand and see what block zones we have. If for whatever reason the only block zone we have is of one kind, which is in our hand right now, we only have high blocks right here, then what we can do is we can name our rival's next attack. If it is a high attack, it will get -3 speed. So once everything is said and done, our opponent's going to play their next attack, and they check for it. They check to 5 and commit 1 to pass the check, and now it will come in with -3 speed because it is a high attack. Now that it is a -3 speed, it is a 1 high for 6 damage, and look at that. We have exactly 2 high blocks that we can use to defend against this attack. Once we finish the enhance phase, we can go to the block step, and then we will block on a 3, and we check to 3, full block. Second enhance, once per turn, discard your hand, your punch attack gets +10 damage. In this scenario, it is our turn and we are attacking our opponent. We have played 2 attacks and our opponent has blocked twice. Our opponent does not have any more cards in their hand. Our second enhance, the reason why we want to play this ability is to be very offensive. It comes at a high cost, which is discarding your entire hand, but because our opponent has no cards in hand, it is a safe play for us to play another attack on a 7, check a 5, commit 2, pass the check, and now we can enhance Deku, discard our entire hand, and give this attack +10 damage. This enhance makes it reverse throw into a 15 damage attack, which is possibly really going to destroy our Shoto Todoroki rival at 20 health. A second strategy that you can use Deku's second enhance is with reverse throw. Reverse throw is a throw punch attack that you can use with Deku to give it +10 damage, and it will always deal half damage because it is a throw attack. Throw attacks will always deal half damage even if they are blocked. That being said, let's play reverse throw. Reverse throw on a 5, we check it, it passes, and now we can use Deku's ability to discard our entire hand and give it +10 damage. Our opponent is going to go to the block step and block reverse throw. Reverse throw block on a 3, it checks. It is technically a complete block, however, because this is a throw attack, it is going to deal half damage rounded up. Since it is 15 damage, that is 8 damage to our Shoto Todoroki opponent. The third strategy that we can use to make sure that our second enhance with Deku goes off and gives +10 damage to one of our attacks and hits our opponent is to modify speed. Setup Strike is an attack in our deck that says, you enhance your next attack this turn gets +3 speed. Speed is what dictates how difficult it is for our rival to be able to block our attack. That being said, we are going to enhance Setup Strike. Our next attack this turn gets +3 speed. Once everything is said and done, we do 5 damage. And let's go into Hardened Jab. Let's play Hardened Jab on a 5, and it comes in with an additional +3 speed. Now we will enhance Deku to discard our entire hand to give this attack +10 damage. Now our opponent must try to block this attack with a 3. +3, which is a 6, so this is a 6 speed attack, and our opponent is blocking with a +3 block modifier, +1 card already in the card pool, so that's 4, so 6 + 4, that's a 10. Our opponent has to try and check a 10. They check a 5, and they have not enough resources to be able to block this attack. They take 15 damage. Now let me show you some aggression from our deck and why we want to have Hardened Chop in it. So let's play Hardened Chop on a 5. It checks. And the reason why we play Hardened Chop is because of its second enhance. If this attack is blocked, your rival discards 1 card. This is insanely good because it reduces the resources our opponent has and allows us to deal 5 damage if our opponent does not block. So let's just say our opponent does block, and they block on a 7, 5, checks. So they half block it, and now they have to discard 1 card from their hand. Our Shoto Todoroki rival has no cards left in their hand. Now we can go all in. Heroic Strike on a 5. Check a 3, commit 2, and now we can go to the enhance step. Enhance once per turn, discard our entire hand. Our punch attack gets +10 damage. Now this is a 4 high for 14 damage attack hitting our Shoto Todoroki opponent. Now we can showcase some of the defense end of our deck. So our Shoto Todoroki rival is going to play a Frog Lashing 4/5, a check of 4, tap 1, it passes. So we assume that we do the response step, which after this card is played, we have a response to use Specials of Sound. This must happen before the enhanced step. So we respond Specials of Sound. After a rival plays an attack, we can give it -3 speed. Now we go into the enhanced step. Our opponent, because it's their attack, they get to play the first enhance. Once they play the first enhance, it is our enhance, and we can use any enhance disposable to us. We have no cards in hand. However, we have Destined for Mainstream Success. Destined for Mainstream Success allows us to enhance flip, name a card type, reveal the top card of your deck. If the card matches the name type, add it to your hand. So you can use this in 2 ways. Number 1, you can use it to add a card to your hand. Number 2, you can name attack card, and if you name attack card, what will happen is, if it's an attack card, you get to add it to your hand, and then now the top card of your deck is going to be a new card that you don't know what it is. It could be an attack, it could be in a foundation, but regardless, depending on what the check is. So for example, we will name attack card, reveal the top card, it's an attack, we add it to our hand, and now we go to the block step. So I will block this, and it's for a -3 speed. So this is a 1 high for 6, and this is a +1 high. So we only need a 2, but because we use Destined for Mainstream Success, which is now face down because of the cost, because we use that, it changed the top card of our deck into a foundation. And foundations generally have better checks than attacks. So this was a pretty good defensive turn. Let me show you a neat trick in this deck list. So we are currently playing Heroic Strike, we are in the enhanced step, and we are playing it to hit our Shoto Todoroki rival. So once we are in our enhanced step, we will use Pull No Punches, Enhance Destroy, add 1 punch attack from our card pool to our momentum. So we destroy it as cost, it goes into the discard pile. We choose Hardened Jab to go into our momentum, and now it is our opponent's enhance. Our opponent will play their enhance, and it goes back to us for whatever enhance we would like to use, and we are going to use Celebrity Status. Flip, add 1 momentum to the top of your deck. So we will flip as cost, add 1 of our momentum to the top of our deck, and now it goes back to the rival's enhance. They use their enhance, now it goes back to us. We can use Passing the Torch to enhance commit, either draw 1 card, or if you have no cards in hand, draw 2 cards. I do have 1 card in hand, so we will draw 1 card. I draw the 1 card that we have, which is Hardened Jab, and there you go. You were able to move a Hardened Jab from your card pool to your momentum all the way back into your hand, guaranteeing you 1 additional attack to play this turn. That's pretty neat. Hey, thank you for watching my hero introduction with Deku. I really appreciate it. And for all of you new players out there that happen to stumble upon this video, there's going to be a lot more resources in the description below, and I'll also label them for what you need. So there's going to be the deck list where you can buy cards, and then also our webcam tournaments, and also our official Discord, and I'll even post the official website and the official social media platforms. That way you can find everything you need to find about My Hero Academia CCG. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider leaving a comment, a like, and a subscribe. If you have any questions about the video or would like to see some more future content in our future hero introductions, just leave some feedback. I will be watching. Thanks again.